spin on Shaq. You looking forward to meeting him? I'm sure you never have really dealt with him all that
I've had
much.
an opportunity to meet him a couple of times in our career. He's been around a long time. We've been around a long time. It's great. Our late night madness is geared toward the students. It's a celebration, basically, to start the season, and it's just another day, another party, and for our community. So we should have a good time with them.
How is this such a big recruiting tool for you guys, getting so many kids on campus for one night?
Well, I mean, for all the schools around the country, basketball madness is basketball centric. It's geared toward recruiting. I mean, what Steve Knapp does and what Artie does with this event here, it gives you a profile, and people want to meet the entertainers that come.
So the kids want to see Shaq.
Oh, the kids definitely want to see Shaq. And not only is he a great player, but he's a good person and a big personality. His personality is larger than his state.
He's not going to be on your team on the free throw shooting contest, is he?
No, but I'd like to put him on a block for a game. That's for sure.
How's practice been so far? I imagine it's been pretty competitive.
Practice has been ultra competitive. We got to actually calm the guys down a little bit. They're evenly matched. I like our athleticism. I like our speed. The guys are working really hard. The camaraderie's been good. I think the summer sessions really helped us. Some of the guys were here for 8 weeks. Many of them, all of them were here for 4 weeks, and I think they built a chemistry. But right now, they're just really young, making a lot of mistakes.
You getting a feel for how you might want to play? I'm sure it's going to be very different.
We're getting close, yeah. In the past, we've always had that dominant, dynamic scoring guard. And, can Kyron do that? We don't know yet. Can Malik do that? We don't know that. So it'll be more by committee, more so by just giving the ball to one of the best players in the country. So that's what's exciting about it for our staff. Do it by committee. We'll use more players than we have in the past and see what happens from there.
I'm sorry. You mentioned the other day that this is the first time you go in without somebody on the all-conference team.
Sure.
So it's a different look for you, and maybe the expectations around the league aren't as great with being picked ninth. Does that take a little pressure off of you, and does that help the guys kind of say, hey, we have a chip on our shoulder?
I don't think the pressure's ever off when we're at these levels or any level. We're going to just play every game like it's our last. Hopefully that we have some good leadership. We may lose a couple of games early that we may not supposed to, but in the end, I think when it's all said and done, I think we'll be fine. It is a hell of a challenge. I think we lost the two best players in the Big East from last year, and to replace them is not going to be easy. So every day is an opportunity for somebody to step up.
How's Ricky Council looked so far?
Ricky's dealing with an ankle injury right now, and hopefully he gets back on the floor. But he's really improved. His body has changed, and hopefully he takes advantage of the opportunities when he's out there.
And how's Drew?
Drew's coming along. He's in some 5-on-0 stuff. He's still not cleared. Won't be cleared for a while, but I like how he's progressing.
You do a lot of walkthroughs and film review things with these guys.
Well, we're walking right from this camera, right? This is the most teaching we've ever done with a team here. Well, I would say the first year to build a culture, build a philosophy, but there's a lot of teaching going on right now. So sometimes it's standing around, and sometimes in practice, the coaches got to speak more because my voice is too much. And I think the staff has done a really, really good job. But a lot of teaching, a lot of film sessions, short little ones though. You don't want to, overkill it with the film sessions.
Yeah, but it's pretty much basketball 101.
Well, if there's something less than 101, then that's what the Friars are doing right now.
Does this bring the best out of you? I mean, you go in, you don't have all the chips in place, you got some inexperience this year. I mean, does this bring the best out of you in terms of pushing yourself a little bit to get the best out of you too?
It definitely does. I mean, we prepare every year the same way. I may put a little bit more pressure on myself and on our staff to develop this group quicker. So we've been spending a lot of different times on what's our personnel, where do we get our guys the ball. At the end of the day, how we win in the game. And again, when you look at our schedule, there's some juggernauts on our schedule that we're going to play. Obviously, the University of Rhode Island is right down the street, non-conference game in our building. That could be one of the toughest games on our schedule.
And you mentioned your exhibition game.
Sure.
You expect to lose that game, you said the other night.
Well, we wanted a hard game early for a reason, and that's the toughest exhibition game we would have played up to this point at Providence. They're very, very good, and they've beaten a lot of high major teams.
Your first 5 years here at PC, I don't
Yes.
think you would trade them for anything, for maybe the success you've had. What's the challenge now as you move forward to the next 5 years to a degree? I know.
I think the challenge for us is just control expectation. When you look at the history of what Providence College has done, This school, the history of it, normally you're a 1 in every 4.5 year tournament team. But because we've had some recent success, the expectation externally, we are who we are. You know, we're a great family, we're very passionate in what we do. You know, our kids are graduating, and we're gonna put them in a situation to hopefully have success. That's all we can ask from them. I'll put pressure on myself to win. I won't put pressure on the school to perform.
This is the second year of coaching changes after having 3 years of the same staff. How's that transition going?
That means we're doing something well. It really does. That means people are plucking from what they think is successful. And I think both those guys have gone on to do some great things, and will help those schools get to the tournament next, because the schools that they went to haven't been to the tournament.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.